Wednesday morning in Vung Tau. It's 7 o'clock, 2 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'm leaving Vung Tau today. I'm taking the ferry back to Saigon. Ferry leaves at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm heading now to the, I woke up early today, woke up at 5, about, I think 5:45 or something. Good job. And, oh yeah, so I'm walking to the Worldwide Arms Museum. I've wanted to go here. I was going to go here yesterday, but I changed my plans. And I'm off there today, and I don't think I'll be showing too much video in the museum. This is new for me. I haven't been to this part of Vung Tau before. According to Google Maps, it's about a 40-minute walk from my hotel to this museum. And I guess I'll get something to eat on the way. And it's quite cloudy, overcast today. I don't know if that'll burn off as the day moves on. I have a feeling it will. We'll see. Google Maps is very weird. I'm not sure about some things, even though I've used Google Maps for many, many years. I mentioned just a minute ago that I'd never come this way before, past that lake, which smelled really bad, or pond, whatever you call it. And I came past, right around there, I saw this beautiful looking, similar to this, a very cool looking temple. I thought, oh wow, I gotta go check that out. And as I approached it, it was the Lin Son temple that I came to the day that I got here on Sunday. And the problem is, or not the problem, but the strange thing is when I went to that temple, I used Google Maps, how to get there, and it took me there from my hotel, took me there one way, and I'm using Google Maps again to get to this arms museum, and it took me past the temple, but in a totally different way, and much faster. If I'd come this way, I don't mind the walking, it's just weird that Google Maps can send you different ways. That's happened to me, it happened to me a couple times in Saigon last week too. Different, I would go somewhere and then the walk to come back, Google Maps would put me on a different route. Here's where I want to be, right here. It's only 7:40 now. They open at 8 o'clock. I didn't find a place to eat. Nothing that appealed to me. waiting for the museum to open, I walked around a little bit and found this. This is Front Beach. Not particularly nice, and doesn't help that it's cloudy too. And this is, I guess, the swimming area over here. So I'm about to go in. This Worldwide Arms Museum is what it's called. It's 8 o'clock. I was the first one here. And just a few things that I learned about it just moments ago via Wikipedia. And now you can learn as well. The first thing I noticed is I'm struck by the beautiful Art Deco architecture of the building. Very, very nice. And as I turn around, this was curated, or it's privately owned by a guy called Robert Taylor, a British guy who apparently owns everything. He has an extensive collection of British, I guess started his collection with British military stuff and then maybe expanded it. This museum was only only opened in 2016, so it's relatively new. Privately by this guy Robert Taylor, and also partially funded or subsidized by the government, the Vietnamese government. And this guy Robert Taylor was married to a Vietnamese woman. So there's all the information you need, and I'll go inside now and check it out. Oh, and the cost, 70,000 dong to get in. That's $2.95 US. This is Scott Steiner, big Papa Pump on display here in Vung Tau. hate the drink. From what I can tell here on the second floor, this is all, these are European countries. This is Netherlands, over here, Bulgaria, Dutch, Swedish, Russian, Austrian, Finland, that's Finnish. And the first floor, I guess, is Asian. This is a different building now. I don't know if these are replicas or what. They look in pristine condition. And these are 200-300 years old. You'll take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire a musket and I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you'd better stand, there's no turning back. The bugle sounds, the charge begins. But on this battlefield, no one wins. The smell of acrid smoke and horse's breath as I plunge on into certain death. This is the second floor of the second building. This is, I guess, the third building. Oh, nothing behind glass. Seems to be the fourth building. Finished there. That was actually pretty cool. I spent almost an hour and 15 minutes there. I liked it a lot. Although I'm not sure, not that I'm anybody to tell this guy how to run or curate his museum, but I'm not sure if the Worldwide Arms is the best name for that museum. I think the arms or the weapons is a pretty small part of it. I think the costumes, not the costumes, the uniforms for me were by far more interesting and probably more well represented. I think more people would focus on the uniforms than the weapons. Maybe they should call it the Worldwide Military Museum. As I said, who am I to tell this guy how to run his business? But I liked it. Good. I think there's not too much to do in Vung Tau, so that was a good way to spend my last morning here. It's about almost 9:15. I'm gonna go find something to eat and go back to my hotel and check out this museum. I'm not really into guns and weapons and things like that. So for me to spend an hour and 10 minutes, I guess that was okay. If this is your thing, then this would probably be the greatest thing you could ever see, because it was very, very well done. Tons of information. For me, it was more visual than reading. When I went to the War Remnants Museum in Saigon last week, I read a lot. I just thought it was more interesting to read about the things that were in that museum than in this one. And also, I hope somebody enjoyed this, because there are not too many videos on Vung Tau. A lot on Saigon and other places, Da Nang, Da Trang, Hanoi, Dalat, but very few videos on Vung Tau. And I haven't seen any about this place. I found this on, can't remember how I found out about this place. So I hope somebody got something out of that. All right, I'm gonna continue walking. What a lovely morning here in Vung Tau. I haven't had pho for a couple of days, and it seems I'm back in an area of Vung Tau that I shouldn't say good food is hard to find, but food that I like is hard to find. Unlike last night where there was tons of good stuff. So I'll go in here and see if I can get something that I like. There's what I had to choose from. And there's my choice. This is, I guess, rare beef. And they sure do bring you a lot of stuff. It's, looks like garlic. Oh, that's like garlic and vinegar, or pickled garlic, I guess, something like that. And I've never seen these kinds of chilies before. Every place has these ones, which are the hottest things I've ever had in my life. And I've lived in Mexico for 17 years. All right. It seems that I have started a tradition of doing a little review of everything I've eaten so far. And keeping with that tradition, the pho that I just had, I don't know why I do this, because I say the same thing every time, and will say the same thing this time. It was great. I think I've had 5 or 6, maybe 5 anyway, bowls of pho so far. And I don't know that one has been better than the other. And I mean that in a good way. They're all fantastic. I mean, it's 90% water, so I don't know how you can have it's not like pizza or something where, you know, there are so many factors. But it was excellent, and the price was 45,000 dong, which is $1.89 for that giant bowl of rare beef pho. And I stopped for a little drink at Circle K. I'm having this, it's a Japanese drink. It's called, well, rice. Let me see what it says. Rice, let me see if I can do this. Rice morning. Let me open this. I don't know, probably am I supposed to shake it? I generally shake everything liquid. I always shake it. Oh, I need not sure what to expect. Oh, it's pretty good. It's it looked like, and it made me think that it was something like agua de horchata in Mexico. And it's somewhat similar. Pretty good. I'll have. I think I'll have more of this at some point. I'm at the ferry terminal to go back to Vung Tau. I had a little bit of crap to get here. I had to take a Grab, as I've mentioned, which is like the Uber of Vietnam. And in the couple of times I've taken the Grab, they all, I've noticed a pattern that the drivers kind of come close to you, but then they stop. You know, you can see them live where they are. And they're within like a few hundred meters, but they're not where you are. So this guy did the same thing, and he sent me a message saying, I have arrived. And I thought, no, you haven't, because you're like 300 meters from me. I can see where the guy was. So when I put in my destination to go to the Green Line's ferry, it automatically came up as Vung Tau Ferry Terminal, and you would think that there's one ferry terminal, and it auto-corrected that. So I came here, and as soon as I got out of the Grab, a guy who was working at the terminal said, "Are you going to Ho Chi Minh City on the fast ferry?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Oh, this is not the right terminal." So he stopped the Grab driver, and he told him in Vietnamese that this guy has to go to the other terminal, and the guy just drove away. And the guy told me that the other terminal, which is the one where I am now, it's like 2 kilometers away from the one where I was. So anybody who comes, this is at Ho Mai Park, Ho Mai or Ho Mai, H-O, one word, M-A-Y Park. That's where I am now. This is where the Green Line ferry is. The other one, I guess, it is a ferry terminal, but it's not the one that I wanted. So then I ordered another Grab, and that same guy that left came back and picked me up. So I had to pay for 2 taxis for 1 ride. I'll go out to this little island. Am I what? Oh, YouTube? Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is. I'll show you in a minute. I'll come back and I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you. I'll go. I'll go out to this little. What is this called? A jetty? An outlet? An inlet? A little island? And the ferry leaves, it's, what time is it now? It's 12:45 now. The ferry leaves at 3 o'clock. I had to check out of my hotel at 12. And I mean, there's nothing much you can do. So I thought I'll sit here for a couple of hours. So I'm here. I guess I'll be boarding in another 2 hours. The guy at the ferry was very nice. He let me leave my suitcase over there. All right, let me go up here. Well, that might have been some janky camera work. I'm looking forward to this ferry ride. I really enjoyed it coming here 3 days ago. It comes in right here. There's a gondola. I'm not sure where that goes to. All right. Here's the cable car port right beside the ferry terminal, the Green Line's high-speed ferry terminal. I'm not sure if this is just for entertainment purposes. If it just goes up there and then you come back. I don't know if there's anything up there that's worth staying for. All the ones I've seen have been empty so far. Looks like this one is too. Yeah.
Đi em ơi.
There's like a kids' play area here at the bottom. It's 2:23 and here's the ferry pulling in from Saigon, arriving here at Vung Tau. Leaves here at 3 o'clock. This must have left Saigon at 12 o'clock. When I came here a couple days ago, it took 2 hours and 20 minutes. So this is the 12 o'clock arriving from Saigon.
Okay.
Come on. Hello. B?
B1 second window.
Thank you. Come on.
Em xin vé anh tắt giọng. Nhớ thôi.
Left right on time, exactly at 3 o'clock. Excellent service. 2 hours and 9 minutes that was back here to Saigon. Hey, look at where I am. I'm back at the poster place. Lilia sent me a message saying I sent her a picture of some of them, and she said she wanted one. So I'm back here to get one more for her. There's the apartment, and this is the lady, I think, that sells the posters. That's her apartment there. All right, what a process this is. So Lilia wants the one that says "Make coffee, not war." And I can, just a minute, let me see if I can do something here. I don't think this is going to work the way I want it to work. Well, I'll try to, I can show some of these. And I have a lot to talk about coming up. Some really cool stuff and some total crap. I like that one too, that's pretty cool. They have the English subtitle there. Oh, I like that one too. Oh, that's so commie. To manufacture and economize on foods to supply to the front. I think that's commie. These are getting heavy. Let me put some of these over here. I like that one too. I like that one too. Like that one too. Now these are really cool. I don't think I've seen any repeats yet, have I? They're getting a little bit heavy again. Let me move these here. And she's got a couple more boxes down there and two up here. Oh, I like that one. I should switch from buying band concert gig posters to Vietnam propaganda posters and war posters. I could have a lot more of these because they're a lot smaller and much cheaper. These are 100,000 dong, which is what do we say? That's around $3.80 US, $4 around there. Oh, Lilia, the work you make me do. Oh, I like that one too. Maybe if I'd spent more time here looking the other day, I would have bought different ones or maybe more. Alright, I've seen a couple of these have repeated. Still looking for the coffee. Let me put these here. Let me do this. I'll flip down like this now that I'm down to the last 15 or so. That's one of the ones I bought the other day. I don't see the coffee one. Alright, I'll look in this one. I'm not going to keep doing the video. This is too long even for me. Alright, that's the one Lilia wanted. It was down at the bottom. Oh, there's... if I looked in that box, it was... oh, well, thank you, but I only need one. Only one. One. No, that's two. No, not two. Only one. Only one. Sorry. That was the second one from the top on that box, if I had started there. Alright, there we go. So that one's for Lilia. Hey, Dallas and Lisa, look where I am. I'm back in the fake market. And look at where I'm headed. Now there's a problem. They don't have my size. These are $8.50, by the way, which is probably too much, more than I want to spend, but which I guess is a moot point because they, at least at this stand, she doesn't have my size, nor the blue ones. She's trying to convince me of another. Black and white?
Yes,
I already have a lot of shoes that are black and white. I have a lot. And I have red, but that's why I want green or blue. Will I have to go somewhere else? I hope I don't have to go somewhere else.
Okay.
But it seems that I will. Huh. I think I like the black and green ones. I guess I'll have to keep looking. I found another stand. Do you have this in size 45?
This one?
Yeah. In 45?
45 I have black.
You have that?
You want black one?
No. Only green.
Green I don't like it.
You don't have green in 45? I have the same problem in Mexico. I can never get shoes my size, and I know Dallas has a hard time too. No?
I have black and white.
No. Everybody wants to sell me black and white. And funny how I don't like those ones. I want that particular color. Green with the black swoosh. It's funny, I'm always excited to see American or any kind of foreign crap in Mexico. And oh, she just covered up something I was going to show, the salt and vinegar Pringles. So this is the American, and those Pringles are called scorching barbecue, scorching hot barbecue. Everybody wants American snacks and candy, Maltesers. Nature Valley. No Costco in Vietnam, I don't think. This is all imported goods. For Kirk was after me to find some metal stuff, some rock stuff. And this is the El Chopo of Saigon. This is called Saigon Jane?
Saigon Jane.
Saigon Jane. There's a Led Zeppelin, a Rolling Stones shirt, David Bowie, Iron Maiden. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Misfits. Black Sabbath. Stanger. Never mind the bollocks. So I've heard some people say bollocks, which is crazy. What I really like, where is it? Where was the one that I liked? Aha. Look at this. $220,000, and this is a cool store, very kitschy. She's got good stuff here. Are these postcards?
Yeah.
It's a postcard, huh? Metal jacket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool stuff. This is related. I said a few minutes ago that I had something cool to talk about, which is kind of related to this. These are just little notebooks.
Is this? 285. And you have a lot of
It's kitschy. Just like the cigar store Indian on Seinfeld. Kitschy. This is my first beer out, and I'm almost right beside my hotel. This place looks fantastic. It took me minutes to pore over the menu and decide on something. I've had, going back to the beer, I've had a few in my hotel. This is the first one that I've had out, and I went with, I guess, a little Indian style pork curry and potato cooked with coconut milk. And for some reason they put the appetizers at the back. Where is it? I got these shrimp and pork fresh spring rolls, which I think are called summer rolls. And this restaurant, that's the Bouillon walking street there. My hotel is right here. The Circle K that I go to is right there. I will come to this place again for sure. They have pho, and they have how they call it, bar snacks, sandwiches and burgers. I might come here for breakfast, maybe tomorrow even. A little bit of everything.
Hi, Master Simon.
I like the pictures, and I feel like such a tourist saying this, but what do you want? I am a tourist. I like the pictures, and I appreciate the English. Really, really good stuff here. I could find a couple of things on every page that I would like to have. There were several of these noodles that I was debating. This one, crispy noodles sounds fantastic. Some good desserts too. Definitely coming back here. Well, my curry is here. I'm not sure what happened with the rolls that I ordered. They were supposed to be an appetizer, which to me indicates that they would come first. And I'm not sure what's happening. I wanted them first. I will inquire. All right, the rolls were right behind. I would have preferred them first, but they came 30 or 40 seconds behind. All right, provecho a todos. All right, a few things to go over as I sit here in my office. This is my hotel. I'm back in my hotel now. It's 9:16, and I just got back. I finished, excuse me, at that restaurant. It was excellent. That was by far the most expensive meal that I've had here in Vietnam, either in Saigon or in Vung Tau. It was 189 dong, which was like $7.91 or something US. Still relatively cheap for a beer. That was a half-liter beer, 450 milliliters. That plate of rice and pork, curried pork and vegetables and potatoes with curry with coconut milk, and the 4 summer rolls with pork and shrimp. Less than $8 US. So pretty good. And I realized that this is not the best lighting. I'm probably backlit. And I don't know if I don't think the camera can pick up the or the microphone can pick up the sound of the air conditioning, but this is going to be a little bit lengthy to wrap up. So I have my my notes written here on toilet paper. The toilet paper is clean before I wrote on it. That restaurant was excellent. I don't know what it's called, but I think I will go there again, as I said, for sure. So first, Dallas and Lisa up in Saskatoon. Hey, you saw me moments ago. I couldn't find those shoes. I haven't given up on them. They were $8.50, at least at that. That was in the Central Market. I don't know if I mentioned that. At Ben Tan, they're going to be much more than that. And I could talk, no, she said I think they were $9.50 or $8.50. I'm sure I could talk her down to however much. But it seems that finding my size is now going to be the problem. But I think I've decided, thanks to the seeds that you've both planted, Dallas, especially via Lisa and Dallas have planted the seeds, for me to buy those green and black and white Nikes. It's just a matter of finding them. What else was I going to say? No, I said some bad things and good things. The bad thing I mentioned earlier when I was still in Vung Tau, that what a bad experience I have with the Grab app. I've used it a few times, and every time I've used it, I've had a problem. The guy either doesn't come to where I am. You know, you can see, just like Uber, you're here, and you can see the guy coming. And they just stop, like, and not even like, it's not like they're, you know, 10 meters away. They're like 200, 300 meters away. So when I got off the ferry here in Saigon a couple of hours ago, this afternoon, I was at about 5:20. If you saw in the video the traffic, that stream of scooters and motorcycles going past, I thought there's no way I'm going to get a grab there. The guy is never going to be able to find me. So I try to be courteous. And I do this with Ubers too when I take Ubers. I always try to go somewhere. I walk to try to avoid, inconvenience for the driver. And so I go to, a hotel or somewhere noteworthy. So I walked, I don't know, a couple of minutes. Keep in mind I was carrying my big full suitcase plus my backpack, and it's like 35 degrees and humid. So I ordered the Grab, and the guy said the guy is going to be here in 3 minutes. I saw him coming. He went zzz, zzz, like this, and I was here. He was coming like this, and then he just stopped. Like, at least on the app, it showed that he was like 2 blocks away. All he had to do was keep coming to me, and he would have come to me. And he sends a message saying, "I'm here waiting." I'm like, "Man, where are you? I'm here, and it should be your job to find me, not me to find you." And I was standing in front of a hotel called the Times Square Hotel. Looked like a very nice hotel. And one of the porters, I guess they're called, came over and he saw, me going like this and trying to find the guy, and took mercy on me, and he said, "What are you looking for?" And I told him. And so he called the guy, and he spoke to him in Vietnamese and kind of told him where I was. And the guy replied with a photo of where he was. He was outside. He was around the block. This is a big hotel. I was at Times Square. He was at the one in front of it across the street called the Saigon Grand Hotel. And he was not even on my street. He was around the corner. So the guy from this Times Square Hotel, he said, yeah, you have to go around the corner. I'm like, why do I have to walk? It's hot. And as you've seen, crossing the street is not the easiest thing, especially if you're rolling a big suitcase. And so I get there, and I'm looking around. I still don't see the guy. So I sent him a picture of where I was, and I said, "I'm here. Where are you?" And then like a minute later, I get a notification from Grab saying, you took too long, longer than the allotted period of time, and your driver left. You will be charged. So, and the charge was nothing. It was like, honestly, it was 50 cents US, 60, 70, 80 cents, something like that. And it's not so much, obviously, I don't care about that, but why do I have to schlep my stuff around and try to find this guy? The guy should be trying to find me. And then, so I ordered another one, and the guy came. This time, I put Times Square as my location instead of the Saigon Grand, and again, the porter helped me. And the guy, this time, he came up no problem. But then when he dropped me off, and you can follow along, of course. Everybody has used Uber, I think. When I was following along, I see my hotel here. Now my hotel is in a tiny, it's called the Alley. The Alley Saigon is the name of my hotel because it's in an alley. It's about, like a 10, 15 second walk from a main road. And so the guy stopped here and he was like, "Yeah, that's it." And I looked at it, I said, "Hey man, we're nowhere near. We're like half a kilometer from my hotel." And so I put it in Google Translate. I said, "You have to drive further. This is no good. I'm not carrying all my stuff here." And so he put in Google Translate. He said, "I can't drive directly to your hotel because it's in an alley." And I know that it's in an alley, but I also know, because I've been dropped off there twice and I've walked there 20 times, it is kind of on that alley meets a very busy street. All he had to do was turn down there. But I think he just didn't want to turn down that street. So I said, "No, man, keep going, keep going." I said, I put it in Google Translate. I said, "I'm not carrying all my stuff." I said, I'm paying for this ride. You can take me closer." So he drove another block or something, and I still had to walk further because he took me to the other side of the alley. So these Grab drivers, I don't know if it's the drivers of the app or the culture, I don't know what it is, but they're very, very bothersome. And then when I got to the hotel at, this is at like 6 o'clock, 6:15, if you saw my very first video when I got here late on Thursday, I guess it was Wednesday night / into Thursday morning by the time I got here. I got here at like 1 in the morning. The hotel was closed. The doors were locked. The lights were off. Nothing. It looked like it was deserted, abandoned. I had to not sleep on the street, but I had to stay out on the street. I went with this girl. She took me to her house, and it was a real pain in the ass. There's a number saying, call this number if you need to get in. I called the number like 20 times, couldn't get in. Well, that same thing happened again tonight. And this was at like 6:15 in the afternoon. It wasn't even quite dark yet. And I get there, and the door is locked, and there's nobody there. And I thought now they have one of these locks with, it's like a pass key and a thumbprint. And I tried my thumbprint. I thought it would have still worked from when I was here a couple days ago because it's the same hotel. And then I tried my number, and that didn't work. And I, of course, again, tried calling the number that they put to say call if you need after-hours service. And again, nothing. There's no answer. It just goes directly to like some music or something. I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm doing this, going through the same thing again. How am I going to get in? I'm going to be here all night. And I waited there for, I don't know how long. And a guy came in. And I thought he was a guest. And I said, are you staying here? No, I said, do you speak English? And he said, oh, kind of. Turned out that guy was, I don't know. It's a weird country. It's weirder than Mexico for some things. He ended up helping me. I showed him that I had a reservation, and he helped me, but I still had to stand on the street. And of course, you're thinking, how long am I going to be here? Because the other night I was here for like 5 or 6 hours before I could finally get into the hotel. So I'm starting to think the same thing. And I have another reservation here after I come. I'm going to Cambodia. Today is Wednesday. It's Wednesday night now. I'm going to Cambodia on Friday morning and coming back here on Monday. I guess I'll be back. It's like a 6 or 7 hour bus ride, so I'll be back, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. Am I going to have the same problem again? And I can't cancel the reservation because it's already paid for. It really obviously bothers me that you buy and you pay, you rent and pay for a hotel, and then you get here and there's nobody here. So that kind of also gives you a little bit of stress for what's going to happen in the future. Other than that, this trip has been pretty, very, very smooth sailing. I haven't had any problems with anything, only the Grab driver, rideshare app, whatever you call it, and the hotel. Those have been the only 2 problems. Now for the good things, a couple of good things to wrap up. Just as I was getting on the ferry, I was literally walking on the ferry, and I got a notification on my phone. I mentioned the other day that I don't really check my phone. Once I check it in the morning and kind of as I'm getting ready and before I go out, and then I check it when I get back to the hotel and when I'm done for the day. But I generally don't really check it when I'm out for the day, or I might check, but I don't really communicate. But I heard the ding, the notifier, which I don't usually have sounds on, but when I'm out I do. And I saw it was a message from a guy called, I can't remember his name, it was a Vietnamese name. And I could, you can see the preview from the notifications on your phone. And it said, hello, sir. And then and I just thought, all right, well, I'll read this when I get on the ferry. And then I saw again another notification that says, your tattoo is lacking. And I thought, oh my God, what happened? Like, did they use some kind of ink that the wrong ink, that it disappears after a day, that my tattoo is going to wash away the next time I take a shower? And I thought, oh, what is this crap? And then at the same time, I was getting another similar message from another guy with a Vietnamese name. These guys found me on Facebook. How did that happen? Because I had to send them the design of my tattoo. I had to send it to them on Messenger. I don't know why not WhatsApp. But so they found me on Facebook. And the other guy sent a message saying hello. He'd obviously used Google Translate because these guys don't speak English. And good for them because they shouldn't have to anyway. And the guy said, the message said, can you please come back to the tattoo studio? I'm very, very sorry. I thought, Jesus, what the hell is going on? So it turned out that what the problem was, there are, I guess, if you know Vietnam, it's shaped, it's kind of wide, and then it goes down like this, and then widens again at the bottom, like an S. And there are some islands, I guess there are islands around, but especially in the south, there are a few islands. And the guy sent me a message saying, and he was so apologetic and so kind, saying, I Excuse me, I apologize. I did your tattoo yesterday, but I missed the islands or the archipelagos. And he told me the names of two of the islands, and I knew that. Now the design that I chose, I did see some of them, like an outline. If you saw my tattoo that I got in the video yesterday, the archipelagos weren't on there. And then I saw some other. It's just an outline. That's all I wanted. Then there were some others where it was there. I thought I don't want the archipelagos or the islands because I'm sure on a tattoo that's only like this big, they're just going to look like little ink dots. If anything, they would look like mistakes. So I sent him a message back and I told him that. I said, you know what? That's okay. I didn't want the archipelagos because I think they just wouldn't add to it. So I just wanted mainland Vietnam. But thank you very much for your concern. I thought that was very, very, very nice, very unnecessary, and so opposite of how things are in Mexico. In Mexico, even if they made the most egregious mistake, too bad. They wouldn't even apologize. I don't think they don't take any responsibility. So I was very appreciative, very, very appreciative of this guy or these guys to send me that. And by the way, my tattoo, it looks kind of nasty. Look at that. I don't know if the camera can see it. It's probably backlit. But it's the guy said just keep the cover on it. I don't have a monitor to look at, so I don't know. But it's just a big black blob. But he said keep this on for 4 days, no cream, nothing, just the cover on it, and that's good. Now the last thing I think that I wanted to talk about, and this was incredible. Oh my God, I was so happy about this. Mixed. First of all, the most amazing coincidence. I mentioned the other day when I was in Saigon a couple of days ago that I met this guy, Adam, that I watched his YouTube videos. He's American. He's from Oregon, I think, or no, California. He lives in Saigon. He's lived here for a year or two. And the only guy in Saigon that I would recognize, and I saw him. Amazing. Another coincidence. I don't know if this is bigger or not as big, but it is a coincidence nonetheless. As I said, when I walked from the ferry terminal, I didn't want to take the grab right from the ferry terminal because it was just crazy. So I walked into the city a little bit, maybe 4 blocks or something. I thought, all right, this is where I'm going to order my grab from. And if you look at it on Google Maps, I'm sure nobody will know this. Nobody's even listening at this point. There's a place, I think it's called Artwork, or I think it's called Artwork, and it's almost right beside the Times Square Hotel, which is right across the street from the Saigon Grand Hotel. Now I have a document that I kept on my phone that I started listing stuff in June when I bought my plane ticket last year, of stuff that I wanted to do in Saigon or on this trip, places I wanted to go, things I wanted to eat, photo spots. There's another one that I think I might do tomorrow. And one of the places I wanted to go was a place called Artwork. And I found this in a YouTube video like in June or July last year. A woman, I think I can't remember where she was from, but she did a video. And it was like they sell the propaganda posters as shown earlier. I thought, oh cool, okay, I'll go there and see the propaganda posters. Once I found these the other day, about a 4 or 5, maybe 6 minute walk from my hotel, I thought I don't need to check anywhere else. So I thought, okay, I'll order my grab. And then right in front of me was the store Artwork. I thought, well, I can't believe it. I wanted to go to the store, and here I am. It's right in front of me. Amazing. That is the best store ever. That is super, super, super what I'm into. They had amazing books. Really, really, it was like a bookstore / souvenir, but not keychains and coffee mugs like that, but like cool stuff, like posters and just really, really unique stuff. And a couple of things about that. In the front is the bookstore. At least from what I saw, all English books. A lot about like Vietnam, the Vietnam War, and Vietnamese culture. I found the perfect book. And if I hadn't had all my big stuff with me, I would have bought it, I think, at that time. A big, thick, heavy book called, I think it was called 1,000 T-shirts. And as I've mentioned before, T-shirts is pretty much the only thing that I wear in my life. And so I flipped through it, and it was like the history of T-shirts. It was like the 1,000
best or most famous T-shirts. A really, really thick book, probably 600 pages. The origins of the T-shirt, and they had them in categories: TV show T-shirts, music T-shirts. I flipped through it. I saw Nevermind the Bollocks Sex Pistols T-shirt, and some other ones. So I think I will buy that, although it was very expensive. And then I went into the back where all the posters were. Now they had a lot of movie posters, about the same. I think they're around the same size as this, and really cool print. Like on this cool, you can't really tell what kind of paper this is, but it's not like it's not that glossy, shiny poster paper. This is kind of like almost like construction paper. It's really cool. And I was flipping through them. They had hundreds and hundreds of them. But I couldn't determine any order they were in, and they were very strict. They had a sign saying, in English, saying, please do not put the posters back unless they're in the correct place. They say if you remove one, please leave it out and leave it to us. We, meaning the staff, will put it back. And then again at the bottom, please do not mix the posters. But they were in no order. They weren't in alphabetical. They weren't in like by price. I think they were all 155,000. So I asked the guy that worked there. He spoke English. He was I was going to say a young kid, a young guy anyway, probably in his 20s. And I asked him, how are these posters organized? And like I said, because I would like to look at some, but how do I find them? And he said, well, they're organized. He showed me the back of them, and they had like a sticker up in the corner. He said they're organized by like serial numbers. I said, well, how do I know what serial number goes with, like maybe this is poster number 4520. How do I know that? And he said, and then he gave me a big thick binder with little thumbnails, I guess, of all the posters in there with corresponding numbers, which is very organized, but also very crazy, because there would be like Pulp Fiction here, and then beside it would be Scarface, and then there would be, The Godfather, and then Carlito's Way, and things like that. No order. So I flipped through these, and I found quite a few that I liked. They had a really, really cool Jaws poster, several Taxi Driver. These are all my favorite movies. And so I kept asking him, do you have this one? And I had to ask him, because I didn't know how to find them. I said, okay, I'm looking for number 213. And he went to find it. I'm looking for number 874 and number 2542. And he went there, and now there were 2 Apocalypse Now posters, and I thought, I gotta buy an Apocalypse Now poster because I'm in Vietnam, and as mentioned probably several times by now, that and Taxi Driver, my favorite 2 movies ever. So there were the 2 Apocalypse Now posters that they had in their catalog, they didn't have in the store. So I asked him, he said, we're out of them. I said, can you order them? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, how long would it take? Or he said, how long are you going to be here? And I said, I'll be here until like next Wednesday would be the last day. He said, oh yeah, we can get that. It just takes a couple of days. So so they're going to print a couple of these Apocalypse Now posters for me, and I don't know if I'll buy 1 or 2, but I have to buy at least 1. And they had really cool postcards too, and all kinds of cool stuff. That store was amazing. I spent probably 40 minutes in there, and I didn't even buy anything, but I have to go back and buy. I think when I go back to buy that the Apocalypse Now posters, I would buy that T-shirt poster. And then as I was walking out the door after about 40 minutes in the store, out of the corner of my eye, it's funny how this works. I thought I saw something that said Apocalypse Now in a book, and I looked, and it was this beautiful, brought tears to my eyes how amazing this book was, an Apocalypse Now book, which I've never seen before, and I was salivating at the sight of it. And I looked, and there was no price on it, and I went and I asked the girl, there was a guy and a girl they're working for, she scanned it, and it was 1.2 million dong. Now 1.2 million is the magic number, because that was how much the original tattoo that I wanted yesterday, or the tattoo from the original guy, he wanted 1.2 million. I ended up paying 500,000, so 700,000 less than half than what the guy wanted. So I thought, if I balked at a $1.2 million dong tattoo, I don't think I can justify spending 1.2 million dong on books. And I was sure that this is not negotiable, because this is a store, this is not a market, or like somebody just selling stuff on the street. But I wanted to make sure. I said, you can't give me a better price on this, right? And she said, nah, because it's the price. Like, she scanned it, it shows on their computer. She showed me, this is the actual the selling price of this book. So I don't know what to do. I guess I won't be back there until Tuesday or Wednesday next week. But that's a lot of money for me. 1.2 million dong. I think that's around $50. That's a fortune for me to spend on a book. That's really, really a lot of money. But I thought, man, I'm in Vietnam. It's an Apocalypse Now book. How can I not get it? And I think I would. This is the kind of thing that you regret not buying it. If I'm back in Mexico, I'm going to say, shit, I should have bought that book. As opposed to buying it and then going home and saying, I wish I hadn't bought this book. I wish I still had that, in 6 months or in a week, I wish I still had that $50 that I would spend on something else. But I know that's a lot of money to spend on a book. So I'm going to have to let that marinate in my head. It's going to have to stew. But the Apocalypse Now poster, I will buy one for sure. And I think they had a promotion if you buy one poster at that price, $155,000, which is about $6. You got another poster from another category. I don't know, something like that. So that was my day. Very adventurous. As soon as I got back to Saigon, boom, everything was problems with grabs, taxis, hotels, propaganda, war posters, books, everything. It was a very, very stimulating city. Walking around, I had this good dinner, and I'm eating my pink. Again, it seems that all the Oreos are called black pink because I saw even the ones that are chocolate cookie and chocolate icing, they're also called black pink. And the regular ones, it's the same packaging, and they're called black pink, but then it says black pink original. There's Blackpink ice cream, Blackpink strawberry. Here they are. Man, I love Oreos. They are very, very black. Excuse me for eating. So that's all. It's 9:40 now. I'm going to upload this now by the time you watch this. Well, obviously it will have been uploaded. I uploaded and check social media and brush my teeth and do things like that. So tomorrow, Saigon. Yeah, tomorrow for me is Thursday. And I got black stuff in my tooth. Tomorrow I think I'll just walk around. I'll maybe try to find those shoes again. Although I don't want to buy them too early because I still travel to Cambodia and back and I don't want to carry too much. But maybe I'll pre-scout buying these things. So that is all for today. Started as a pretty quiet day, ended up in a flurry. So thank you again for watching as always. And another episode tomorrow. See ya.